Hello and welcome to the grand finale of the Rising Sun Mix. Here in the championship stage bracket, we have npmt versus nerdbound shooting their shot for the golden crown of the Rising Sun Mix tournament. Um, yeah, they won their games. They got here. They both did the best they could well, better than everyone else is what I mean, in the random stage, and they're firmly ready to play for this all-important title of Rising Sun Mix Champion and to join Chestic from the Constellation stage. We shall see. They have SpecChat on. We'll see if any spectators join to make that matter. Who knows? They, of course, still have to find the kingdom. Perhaps that's a struggle. They're not typing in the chat, so I don't know what's happening. I mean the Discord chat. Maybe I'll just. Well, I wasn't gonna do it because I thought I didn't have time. But if you're putting me here, I'll go and get a player chart. That doesn't matter because neither player plays League. Anyway, chart. See, Nerdbound only played like 2 years ago. More? When is this? When were you? 3 years ago. 4 years ago, even. Time happens. Played in A, and NPMT was heading that way, but then decided to stop playing a couple of seasons ago. Yeah, I don't know what else I can bring to the table. I'd like to see Dominion at the table. Is something happening? Should I be reloading? I'm scared. I'm scared that it's my fault. No, no, it's not on me. Who knows? I'm gonna just. I mean, could cut this out, but I won't. That's too much effort. We have left the table. Interesting. I don't know if Nerdmind was the host or not. If they were the one trying to get a kingdom. This is Rising Sun. This is what it's all about. Is technical issues. Is this real? This is a new table. Okay. Tiago, they have a new table. Will this one work? That is the question. Will we be dominioning? Have they ever played? That's something I could be checking. Probably no, obviously not, because they've never played in the same season. I've answered that one for myself. About the need for such stats. It seems much harder to look up there. There's not really a comprehensive tournament database. Only league database is quite good, but tournaments are somewhat scattered. That would be a Dominion project for someone. Make a database of every tournament match. It's probably possible because like all the sheets are there. But anyway, we have begun. It's best of 7. We must remember, not the usual best of 5. And game 1 with bureaucracy. Is there anything to trash? No. Well, there's Herb Gatherer. Poet and alley. There are things that help, but how much do they help? Um, they open. I guess you want the herb gatherer. How important are the fives? Because the village is it's there, but it's not cheap, or it's throne room, so you can't do it immediately. So I don't know how good spamming bridge trolls is. But it's also like, can you really draw consistently? Can you get control on this bureaucracy? Well, what's the? It's poet, so it probably will be activated because poet seems good here without trashing. Yeah, you would like to trash. I feel like that could have come up on one of these matches, and it didn't. This bureaucracy tribute thing. It's still just quite awkward, but it does slightly enable it. Yes. Maybe we see that come up. We do have Gains, we do have Horn, and we have Herb Gatherer. So, but yes, both players are taking a good long think on this one of Poet versus Ali. I'm leaning Poet, but they both go Ali. I guess it's it can't miss. That's always good. I mean, from a fun perspective, yeah, maybe you just don't do it at all. Maybe purposefully ignore the omen. But I still think it's better for you if you spam poets and your opponent doesn't. I think no, it's Acolyte the trashing, but really weak trashing. Yes, yeah, the cost reduction really helps out poet as well if you can get it going. Do they bother with the herb gather? It is slow. It is definitely slow. I mean, there's always the high roll chance of turn three, and you play the alley, play the herb gather, which you're very happy about, which is maybe worth it. With the silver does get you access to a lot of things. I am conflicted. I feel like I want to go herb gather, but I feel like you should go silver. Do they both agree? They do, but they did both consider. Litter bridge troll. That's tough. That's tough. You're correct. I mean, the question is still kind of. Well, I mean, I guess if they're not poeting, then it's kind of just a normal no trashing kingdom. And yes, they will get up to these good cards eventually. Whereas if they'd gone poet, it could have been a much sloggier game. I would guess you just don't bother with litter and just try to make, or maybe you do one or something, but mostly just try to do throne room. Another alley really does not want to click poet. Bridge troll, probably bridge troll as well. Yeah. Do we see the exact same opening 4 turns? Does Nerdbound also go for the second alley? I mean, I don't think the throne is crazy with the alley already in the deck. No, they both go for it. Well, they have all these estates. Well, they're probably going to forever have these estates if no one's herb gathering. Does hit 5 again, but misses the bridge troll, unfortunately. I mean, I guess you're guaranteed to hit 5 with the alleys. I think you just do another one, yes. You just keep going. Apparently, you're not guaranteed to hit 5. Enlightened gets the worst roll. And there we go. That's something to aim for. That seems quite ambitious in this kingdom. Go poets, but also somehow get enough bridge trolls to ignore bureaucracy. But that would be exciting pool. Even if you get to 4 and you just start spamming, because all the 4s are good, it would be good. Surely this is a throne. I mean, I guess there's still all of these 4s weighing up the poets. And if they want to go down that road, I mean, at this stage, it would not even activate that quickly. Especially if you just put the 1 in. So it would still mostly just be a good card in your deck. But also now Nerdbound is like had the slightly worse shuffle. Bureaucracy makes the game go longer and gives you more chances. And is second player. So I think it does make sense. There we go. We will have bureaucracy whether we like it or not. The lab on that. You don't really want to take the letter, so it's somewhat surprising there's no thrones yet. This one's another bridge draw. So you've got the terminal already out. I was gonna say throne room, but there's a bridge drill in play. You can just spam lab. Is it the third? You can do the third bridge drill, but you do get slightly more scared of collision if you haven't put either letter or throne room in. So I guess lab is better because I guess you kind of want to get up to double throne. You don't really want to take throne on these 4 that are actually $5 hands. Nerdmind does manage. I think that one's guaranteed. Doesn't find the silver though, or the other bridge tool. Still not the nicest of shuffles for Nerdmind. I don't think you can ever take a samurai. I don't think that's going to be good enough. I mean, yeah, it just kind of feels like click lab. Can you put? Yeah, there's also the question of when you get a horn, but I don't think it's yet. Neither of them have control yet. Do you risk another alley to have collision? No. You're happy with 6 and to double throne, I would assume. Maybe we see a herb gatherer with a 4. I think double throne is just very good, even without but like just normally the no trashing makes throne a lot worse. But then you have the shadow cards, which mean throne is like always guaranteed to hit. Like if you know a throne's down there, you just don't play one of the alleys, and then the throne is always going to do something. I don't think a 4 and a 2 is going to be better. I don't think you double alley, really? That seems so many alleys. Would you not rather the card that increases your hand size or plays bridge trolls? Or can just play your alleys as well if you really need them to? What is there an idea here? Is there something happening? Like, because this could just throw into like give you village as well, so you can put more bridge trolls in more safely. Yeah. But I just think the throne rooms give you so much power and can play the alleys themselves. If you think you need, I mean, then you're like predicting if you're going to need the second alley or not, but you're also giving yourself way more pop-off potential. Maybe they're already ahead though, because Nerdbound has had the worst shuffles, and then it doesn't feel so bad. Yeah, it is true. Maybe I underestimated the alley in the no trashing game. Yeah, because I think if npmt was behind, it would be pretty crazy to do double alley. Maybe not. Maybe Nerdbound is about to do that any minute now. Their hand does look very sad here. Like their shuffle's been worse, but it didn't feel like that much worse. But pretty clearly, substantially behind. You go for the litter now. I mean, I'm not unconvinced that Throne isn't just better than litter as a village, because a debt costs so much money with cost reduction. But you're also obviously very happy to have the lab effect. I mean, the coin exists. A coin is not really what you're aiming for, though. I guess you would have taken it if you took Throne there. Yeah. Yeah, and you still have labs for the Throne to play in the ideal world, so it can still be draw. I don't know. Unclear about that. You take nothing there. You had two. Okay, yeah, fair. Okay, yeah. They're taking the coin regardless. Um, are you finding a village? You are. Well, okay. That might be game. Finding the village. Like more bridge troll, more lab. Throne, finally? Is someone gonna do it? No. We are alley gaming. We do see one throne. Six alleys is crazy. Maybe I've just never played it in a game like this. I don't think I've seen more than like three before. But yeah, I guess you just can go up to seven or 10 rather, and they're always discarding starting cards. At some points, she's gonna have overdraw. Nerdmine does get a bit more of a turn. It hits the awkward 4, or you'd really quite like 5. And had to call the coin. So it's still not the best. There's a lot of good cards to buy. Lab is not running supreme as okay, but that seems to be overestimating Laboratory in my words. Is anyone gonna get horns? We are 2 piles gone pretty much. It does seem tough. And I don't know if they have it. Copper, coin, bridge, lab, alley, throne. That doesn't seem like it unless I'm missing stuff. Litter and coin. Both players enjoying the litter. One is probably completely fine. If you start going more, it starts really punishing the bridge trolls. You have hit. You could have activated bureaucracy. You could have done it. Not been punished. This is not quite a win, but it's not far away. I think, well, there is the question now, if you go for the bridge rules, are you opening up the win for nerdbound? And I would guess you could be pretty safe. The answer is no. Okay, yeah. There's not a lot of hope there. You can just make sure there's no pile potential, and yeah, see it out. Turns out the early turns in Dominion matter a lot. Who would have thunk it? I can't do N. What am I gonna do? Oh, do I do the last letter of their names? Sure, that won't be confusing at all. I've only got room for one letter. There we go. The final is often running with npmt into the lead. It's not the right button. This button. Enlightenment with Rustic Village and River Shrine. You can train coppers. What everyone has always dreamed of. Two big dead cards. With Daimyo is, I guess, a lot better. And you already have Village. You already have Draw. You already have, well, Carnival. You have Terminal Draw. But Daimyo also kind of draw. I can't see how. Yeah, because they're always actions. Oh, I see. It does say action supply pile. I would have. I mean, it feels like from the wording that should work. What did we go? Oh, we also have Shaman. I didn't point out. River Shrine Shaman seems to make a lot of sense. Yes. You already go Rustic Village. I guess you're probably still going to get value out of the sifting for a while. And there's not really a better card to buy. I mean, you could take a silver and target Tanuki. That's probably not good enough. We have a Daimyo. It looks like it's going to be a sad Daimyo. More. Hang on, is that a different village or the same village? It's a different village. Okay. A village each. More Daimyo. Now we're getting into the Rail Rising Sun experience of pure Daimyo. Was it? I didn't even see if it was a sad Daimyo. It was. Nerdbound getting slightly fortunate again, but you do get to trash everything here, so that is definitely good. I think you do. I think you got to take the opportunities when they come your way, because you have the daimyos. You have two, right? Okay, yeah. I forgot. I forgot. For this shop, yeah, I guess you can. You could have been pretty. NBMT didn't play either Omen last turn, so you could be pretty sure that they're going to play one here. So I wonder if they're considering the undo. Thinking about the Enlightenment situation. Yeah, because you get to pay off debt for pretty much no cost. Yes, that is always. I mean, yeah, when she just has coppers in hand, then maybe she considers it more. But she could also draw into the rustic village here, and then it's harder not to play it. No, she just go for it. And he took another rustic. This is a lot of cards that don't do a lot so far. NPMT instantly forgot about the Enlightenment as well. It should be Daimyo, I guess. Well, you don't, but you don't really have. payload or anything to do with it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess city quarter is already Enlightenment just makes it instantly crazy. And you don't have proper other draw on the deck, and daimyos can hit them. Yeah. Are they willing to take on the debt? You would assume so. Nothing in the trash. Shaman doesn't even get to do shaman things. What happened? Oh, you just take the 2 River Shrine cards. Okay. I'm not entirely sure that's better, but maybe. Considering the mill there doesn't do it. Or the sift, I should say. Will someone try and buy trading to see if it works? Or did you already know it's not? I guess I could look at the I could just trust you. I could just trust you that you are correct. And then be excited if someone does do it and it works. You drop all 3 splits. Oh, but you had 4 actually. So not quite all of them. Yes, here's the city quarter. I still like you were kind of drawing deck there, but I guess it's always the overdraw thing with the treasures. You can always have more money if you get more draw. I don't think it should ever be worth it to mill though when you have Enlightenment. I guess, yeah, just considering the order of copper versus time, yeah. I mean, do you have any you, you don't have the city quarter yet. Like what are the other targets? I guess you're just trying to find the other estate. No, but that was from the shaman. It's in the discard. I don't see why you don't just play the daimyo already. You'd be trying to but like tripling the shaman doesn't do much more than just playing a copper, and it would leave a daimyo on top. I think there's a daimyo on top here. I don't know. I just don't think you really need to play that copper yet. So if you replay the roster, yeah, just draw one. Just have to remember how crazy daimyo is every time I see it. Yeah, I guess that's better than playing the shaman. So you did want to find that. What are you taking here? Is Tanuki any good? It can't get you the big card, so it's kind of sad. I imagine you want an artificer at some point. It's like you have to sacrifice a turn of getting daimyo or city quarter is kind of the problem. But you surely have to put good cards in at some point for those to draw slash play. Like this feels like it should be artificer or maybe Tanuki, but you don't have a city quarter yet. That was npmt. So then the artificer isn't doing as much yet. So changeling arty. What does this mean? If you like, oh, sorry, I read the messages combined when they were not combined. Sorry. If you play daimyo and go to buys and play treasure, it will give you more dollar, right? Yes, yes, that's Tiago said. You get your 2 coins from a copper. You daimyo a copper. That is quite funny that that is an option. But yes, I guess daimyo is almost guaranteed draw here. Do you do it again? Probably. It's better than the other things. Is the city quarter down here? I mean, I guess you just play the villages and find out. Yeah, it is. I mean, you can just play it, right? It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The changeling gets the big cards. It's true. This is sad. You have the one river shrine. So yeah, you just take the changeling. Yeah. Surely just play the city quarter, yeah. Or you daimyo. I mean, I guess the silver does the most. You have enough money anyway, it doesn't really matter, I guess. You just trash the estate. And now you find the artificer. You've got all your tools. You are now ready for the artificer. Now that you've got your city quarter. I mean, you've only got 3 big cards, so you don't have that much consistency, but you probably just have to send it. Yeah. It does seem like a surprisingly low number of daimyos for this point in the game. But I don't think that's necessarily been a mistake. There are other things to be doing here. What did you discard there? Changeling Rivershine. Yeah, you've got to try something. You do find this. What is? You don't have other draw cards. Oh, you could try and find the daimyo. Okay, or a daimyo. Surely you just keep going until you find it. Well, I guess at some point it's not going to. There you go. It wouldn't draw you that many cards because you've played all your coppers. What can you afford? You can buy another changeling. Well, I guess the Rivershine does that anyway. Could buy. Well, no, you can take a city quarter with the changeling, so you don't really need to buy one. I mean, I guess you just take a changeling. Maybe you take a silver actually, because you'd have to play 3 coppers as actions. That's still not that much money. I think not trashing the Rivershine feels. Yeah, you're kind of always going to be gaining something from here. Unless they really want another rustic village, but I don't really see why they would want that. This is another undo moment. It's like you want more money, but it's also quite hard to justify not taking a changeling when it's this good. You daimyo the Rivershine to take 2 things. Interesting. That does make the Rivershine more worthwhile at least. There's our first big pop though. You just go 2 changelings. No longer in debt. I don't think. Are you really going back into debt when you can just spam the changelings? I mean, I guess you just say at the moment you're not hitting 5. Well, no, you can't. You can still hit 5 if the cards come in the right order. And try and find the artificer this turn. How much draw do you have? 2, plus an extra 1 from the Artificer. Oh, but you've also got the coppers to play. Can you take a 5? Yes, you can. That's what we're saying. I think that's probably true. I don't know if you should discard the coppers. Well, I guess you just click through them when you go into the shuffle, so yeah, I guess it's fine. You take another 5. No, you just, yeah, Changeling, good. Yeah, the order matters a lot here. I mean, putting the second city quarter in should help with that, but you really don't want to triple play it, so the daimyo kind of has to draw one of them, and that's not going to happen, I guess. That's not what Dominion is. You're not going to draw the card you want. That would be a different game. So many artificer choices. This is where the second city quarter comes in big, and you can draw back up, whereas this is just going to be, um, clicking through the cantrips. Usually completely undo that. What else did you? What else are you aiming for? A Tanuki? Just more changeling. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because you're not able to play the. You're not able to benefit from the third artificer really. The third artificer play, I mean. So there's not that much point in taking it now. Um, what are you gonna buy here? Province? Is there anything else to do? You don't have it. Well, maybe you do if you click through it. Not entirely sure what discard. No, you just take. Yeah, I guess second artificer would just be everything is multiple copies, and you find more consistency. And you're so far ahead that you don't really have to province yet. You're not that far ahead, but you're enough ahead. You just buy a city quarter outright. You have these changelings. You're gonna take an artificer with one of them? You're just gonna spam city quarters. Wow. That is quite the turn. That is quite the turn. They still might no, sorry, I was gonna say they might dud, but I forgot Culpers exist. You didn't find your city quarter. Okay, you find it now, but you can't really double play. You need to? Maybe you just don't need to. And the 4 cards is enough. Oh, the changeling is I forgot about this shame in that direction. So we are gaining changelings eternally. Probably not for that long. The game is probably going to end. Just purely from the changelings, if nothing else. You do double play it. Kind of feels bad. You had another city quarter in there as well. I don't know if that was correct. Was there a had you already played the maybe you'd already played the daimyo and I'm not paying attention. You buy artificer, you take your city quarters, you're very happy. But it does now feel like yeah, you're at least a half turn behind. If you got to buy all the city quarters earlier. Yeah. If you're just buying artificer, yeah, there's no bias. It's true. It's true. You make a good point. While you don't have artificer in the deck, you can just put it on the draw cards. You still have 2 city quarters in deck. So yeah, now it's really gonna start going. Now you kind of question, and it seems a long way off, but these decks are so crazy that I'm questioning if you can pile here. Is there enough fuel? They're gonna go for it, I think. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess you can still say you just wanted those artificers, and you haven't necessarily gone for the pile yet because you can still green. So you can still continually evaluate if you can make this pile happen. It does feel like it, but do you even have enough gains? Because once you get through the artificers, then that's how many gains you have. So I guess you probably wouldn't. I don't think there's that many artificers in deck. Oh yeah, because this is just what you just discarded. So yeah, I guess it's not possible. Oh, but no, you can just pile with the changelings. Sorry. Okay, so it is gonna happen. I just wasn't seeing the right direction. I don't think I've seen it. This seems quite a unique pilot, I think. I don't think I've seen changeling be used to pile. I mean, surely it's gonna be there. You don't have any more city quarters. So you need 2 artificers and 3 changelings. You can buy one of them, or you need a point as well. I'm not I'm not convinced actually. It seemed a lot easier when there were still city quarters and daimios in your hand. It's because yeah, it's just not quite there, is it? Because you can click through with the coppers to get to what you want, but what you want isn't going to do enough. What is? Oh, just a duchy. Is that worth it? I guess otherwise, like province estate is too easy. So it does make sense. Surely you just spam daimyo here. Maybe you put one more artificer in. Probably that makes it the pile even scarier now. I think it should just be another daimyo. Because nerdbound doesn't have any changelings in deck, I don't think. Yeah. It did feel like it should be there for NPNT, but you know, she played all the cards and it wasn't, so there we go. Like I can't think of what other plan there could have been. So yeah. No, Nerdbound has to do some thinking. Got 4 city quarters in hand, but only the 1 artificer. I I mean, it seems like you just daimyo artificer straight away. I guess that's the way. I think you're always no, because if you play 1 artificer and gain artificer, then daimyoing that artificer will actually draw you more. So yeah, I guess you should play the single artificer first. What are you targeting though? So you need to buy province. You only have 8 coins in hand. The artificers will get you more though. I mean, ideally you want to do more than province duchy. That's quite difficult. 4 city quarters is a lot of city quarters though. Do you want to draw before daimyoing? You can click through the rustic villages here, I would guess. I guess that doesn't really help with playing Artificer, though. It's either do you play City Quarter or do you not. It feels like you don't, but... So if you daimyo Artificer, you're just going to run out of cards to discard. If you don't have the full hand. So maybe it's kind of forced. Or you just play single Artificer again. You just keep doing that. That kind of works. But like, surely there's no way for Nerdbound to play. That's asking too much, I think. They will keep lowering, though. I'm unsure for what intention. Plays one of them. This is a lot of fuel. What is down there? 10 cards? No, 5 cards. Like, it's hard to evaluate what they should do when I don't know what they're going for. Because you want to take more of the good cards to fuel your deck, but then you have to green at some point. Like, this is pretty scary. Is this really gonna work? This is less convincing to me than what npmt had in hand. Still have 2 city quarters. Yeah, because you can buy the province. And then all you need is touchy estate from the artificers. Yeah, at this stage. Well, I guess my question was, could you do? But yeah, because you're continually supplying the artificers, artificers, you can only ever get 1 duchy from them. But wait, if that's true, how are you getting enough points? You can't draw your first player. How are they? Because all they can do is duchy province at max now. Could you ever province with the artificer? Then you have like nothing to draw city quarter for. I mean, you'd only draw like 2 cards from the city quarter. And you also still have to somehow get 3 changelings. Oh, but you can change. No. You kind of have to play for that. I don't think dots are possible, yeah. It's quite possible that there was no win here. Or if there was a win, you needed some good luck. But what's currently happening does not seem like it's enough. Can you double province? At the least. To provide some sort of challenge. I mean, it's not really a challenge, but to at least say you're still in the game. Yeah, I guess you can. I don't think you can do any better than that, though. Yeah, it's just not quite enough, because you just, yeah, all you could do was gain artificer with the artificers. So you needed a daimyo one to... But then this did draw with the second city quarter. Yeah, it's pretty tough to play for Nerdbound. I mean, at this stage, I think you probably just realize that it's not going to happen, and you just click double province and hope that npmt forgets how to play Dominion. But I don't think. Well, yeah, if you daimyo the artificer, but can you even do it then? You only have surely need to draw at some point with one of the daimyos, and then you only have the one artificer, the daimyo for two changelings, and then I think there's still a changeling there. And yeah, regardless of that, you still don't have points from anywhere. Like this, I really don't see what decision there is to be had here. When you look at Tanuki, it doesn't do anything. I don't think there's anything else to do. Because they have no more. They have one more city quarter. Yeah, they probably they probably had to shoot for the high roll and not daimyo it. You're probably right. But it's pretty hard to commit to that as a player when you know there's so many cards down there that city quarter can just immediately draw. Yeah, unfortunate, unfortunate. Almost there, but we'll go 2-0 down in this grand final. What were there any crazy choices? Can't. It seemed like they were both doing very similar things. NPMT managed to do it better, I guess. I was going to say put the artificer in first, but then I wasn't sure if that was the truth. Game number 3. Growth and rice. That seems good. We have donate. We have Kitsune. Is there other trashing that you want? Not really. So Kitsune is still relevant, I guess. So we probably still see growth. The open is kind of strange. What is max for rice? It's always the question on everyone's minds. I don't think it's that high here. You can't play Devil's Workshop. Um, so yeah, action, spirit, treasure, duration, attack, omen. I think that's 6. Reserve, 7. I think it's 7. Let me count with my fingers. Action, treasure, spirit, duration, attack, omen, reserve. Yeah, it's 7. Yeah, it's 7 if you commit to the Devil's Workshop. What are the buys here? Rice. So yeah, two plus cards. Very, very happening. You also have T-Mog if you want it. Probably not with the donut. What do you open? Probably silver on the 3. It's going to be better than shop, right? What a choice. Yeah. Reserve is slightly more awkward to make happen. Can you? I mean, I really don't know my donate stuff. Can you donate with just a silver? Shop Conclave Imp. That is, yeah, that is good. All of the all of those cards. Not another card in play, I guess. They are next to each other. It's exciting stuff. Skip shop, I think. I mean, yeah. I don't think you can click shop when you're trying to donate. Devil's Workshop over. Yeah, because it's just gonna, it can gain you gold, or it can gain you. Well, I say it can gain you fours. I don't know how much you want it to gain you fours, but it will eventually get you imps, yeah. But what if you just keep silver Devil's Workshop and take a gold, and then take a Kitsune? Is that a thing? Oh yeah, but you can't. You don't have enough money then from the donate debt. So you do have to keep some coppers. If you eat 2 coppers and you're paying off all the debt, and you take gold, and you're already hitting rice. So yeah, I think you take the workshop and then you donate and keep 2 coppers, 2 copper silver Devil's Workshop. But, well, you can even just keep 1 copper then, because then you have 1 debt left. You take the gold, and then you have 6 and 1, and then you can take the Kitsune if you want the Kitsune before the rice. I still think the 3 is forced silver though. Shop means you can keep. Well, you still don't want to keep the coppers though. Like, you don't have enough cards in your deck to warrant shop. There's no way you can consider Ratcatcher. Like, you can't skip donate. Skip donate is not a real concept. That's what they say. It's not just me that says that. It's them. They say it also. Like, is rice or kitsune better? I like rice. You have to keep the extra copper. Kitsune, then you can just take rice the turn after and start cursing. I don't know what you're taking from the Devil's Workshop on that turn. A conclave doesn't feel great. You could just put the shop in then, because then I think you're gonna have over 5 cards. And then the shop makes more sense. I think the path is there. What are the other options? If you take conclave, then you can. Oh, I was also kind of assuming you hit 4 on the donut turn, because I was thinking it's this turn, but it's next turn, so that you could have less money for the donut, and then my plan is not quite so clear. Um, you turn 1 donut. That certainly feels worse to me. You even get 5 on the donut turn. Just do it this way. You are going to get Kitsune faster, but without a silver and oh, okay, that is interesting. So now you can really trash down and still have enough for rice. Yeah, hitting 5 is actually kind of changes it a lot. Yeah, you could have gone better, but I think you're pretty happy with the 5. So now you trash everything, yeah, and you still get a gold, and you surely throw out a curse. Oh, you can take a silver. I think you should throw out a curse. How much money do you have? You have 7, then you can hit rice. How much money is rice? Kitsune is 3 types. It's already 4. I think that's enough. I don't think you need the silver. And the curse can hurt quite a lot. Although, because Nerdbound did turn 1 donate, it kind of like they're saying they're going to donate again, I guess. So maybe the cursing is not as valuable. Whereas for Nerdbound, it is more valuable because npmt really does not want to donate again. But what does the silver do for you? I mean, I guess once you have the rice, it's just doing more because then you have the pies. Like, what do you even want a lot of? What do you want your deck to be? Because the draw is like, it's just so. I mean, you could take hirelings. Is that something? Does the game go long enough for that? Because hireling is like, I guess, much better in the donate games because you can pretty much always just play it immediately. At least one hireling. You did end up cursing, yeah. So I guess you take the shop now. Well, as npmt, I mean, as a nerdbound, does nerdbound put the hireling in already? It does boost rice. Hireling samurai again. I feel like I've seen that combo come up a few times. I mean, the hireling just seems a lot better than the samurai though. Like you want the draw in the kingdom where there's like basically no draw. I would guess. Samuel the samurai. It did take me a good hot minute to work out what Sam meant. Yeah, samurai's job is kind of rice supplier. The hireling is taking that job. Yeah, the kitsune and hireling are teaming up to bully samurai into the corner. I guess you don't have to take coins here. But yeah, I mean, the silver is not enough worth it to not to take it instead because you want this hireling. I mean, samurai doesn't seem crazy. It does do it. Do still think the hireling is better though. I guess the attack is going to. Well, but you're not even. As long as you find Kitsune Silver Gold, that's a turn. Or with the rice. Like, I think it can definitely hurt, but not necessarily. For NBMT, though, way less so, because Nervat still has the bad cards in deck. I mean, yeah, this hand for Nerdmind is kind of like. I guess that's why you don't turn one donut. Maybe you just have to try something different as second player, though. Maybe that's an element as well, because donate benefits first player just an absurd amount. So you have to try and find the alternate line that's maybe slightly better, even if you're not entirely convinced it is. I mean, maybe Nerdmind is convinced it is, I don't know. I'm not Nerdmind. Rice and gain rat. Um, oh yeah, you can just put the rat in. Is that, yeah, Tmog doesn't work, right? Yeah. Um, I just think you just put the shop. You don't need to put the rat catcher in, especially if you think they're gonna attack you, which they're not, but you could definitely think that. And you can rat catcher the next time around. Or well, maybe you're just already killing imps. I'm not sure. We're gonna see growth here. Is NPMT gonna hit 7? Yes. Hitting 7 so good that I would have maybe. Can you think about not playing the Kitsune there? Not really. I don't think so. NPMT seems quite winning. But I guess that's what Donate is gonna do. This is Devil's Workshop on top. What is the other option? It's a silver. What can you hit then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. I mean, hitting the silver is like also very good. I mean, you'd rather the imp, but like there's not really a bad result here. Because I think 12 is pretty good. You could look rice. One of the good, you can even take a gold if you want. Probably not. Take one of these orange cards, and then you could buy another Kitsune. Or you can maybe just even buy the rat catcher. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure how much Nerdbound can really do at this stage. You don't find the Devil's Workshop. You'll have to suffice with with this. So like, I mean, right sideling Kitsune makes the most sense to me. I guess if npmt is activating, that means Nerdbound is seeing Kitsune one last time as well. I feel like I said that the wrong way around, but I'm not sure. Need to review the vote on that one. You ever say something and be like, I'm not sure I said what I wanted to say there. We just have to trust that you did. Can you take the rat catcher instead of the Kitsune? I think you probably just can, and you're probably fine with that. Because you also still don't have any draw in deck, so you could do the donut. They do not notice growth. Is this real? Either they don't want growth, or they don't see it. Her cat bought it. Okay, her cat doesn't know about growth. That's the problem here. Her cat should read up on her Dominion prophecies. Her cat bats away bowls of rice when they're on the table. Genius. No, you just don't see it. That's crazy. Free rice is passed up. Donald X would be so disappointed. But yeah, you buy a donut already. How many curses do you have? It doesn't seem like that many curses. But also, you're so far ahead that it doesn't really matter. Do you trash the silver? I don't think you should. World's most effective samurai attack. Yeah, that's fair. You hit the big cards, but there's kind of a problem. Nerdbound will now donate as well. I mean, you're kind of questioning whether they could have done that earlier. But yeah, I mean, again, it's like how much does it matter? It's pretty funny to curse here when they've already donated it. So I guess the question is, do you want the silver? How much money do you have? Team play. There's a little caveat in the Dominion League rules where it says team play is allowed if it's your cat clicking the buttons. Um, so there's now 5 types. So rice is 5. So there's 8 in hand, 7 in hand. It could be 9. Um, you have growth if you see it this time. Yeah, yeah. I kind of want them to do it anyway, though. It'd be a little funny. I think it's kind of like BM. I mean, I'm thinking you can take the silver when you're able to get hirelings so much with the rice. Do the curse? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy talk, NPFT. Why do you undo the hireling? Okay. That was going to be incredible for a moment there. Cursing into the donut. Nerdbound considering whether to allow this one, because that is quite the blunder. I don't know. I think I would give it, but it's. Did I? NBMT won both, by the way, right? I did the thing. I did the thing where I gave Nerdbound the win when they didn't win. Genius. Yeah, I mean you should do it. This is a crazy amount of time. I mean, either deny it or accept it. Don't do whatever this is. Do we see morality shine through in Dominion, or do we see backstabbing? Oh, okay, it's possible. It seems more likely. I mean, this is not an excessive amount of time to wait. So yeah, at this point, they could be AFK. They're evaluating their life choices right now. It'll come down to this decision. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen some amount of time waited, but this is too much. They must be gone. For a moment there, I was building up to the craziest deny though ever. Well, probably not ever. Probably I'm not familiar with the great Hall of Fame of crazy undo denies. it is. It does still feel like Nerdbound is gonna come and click deny at any second. This is the game now. This is just what we do. We just stare at NPMT has requested an undo for 2 hours and live in perpetual suspense. That's what I think. We need more clips. We need more Dominion clips so we can have crazy compilations. There's not enough clippable Dominion moments, I don't think. Nerdbind has returned. We did not see it, folks. We did not see the crazy play. Nerdbind does have morality. It's not even like hitting 9 is that relevant. I mean, I guess you just take the free rank catcher, and you're fine with that. You take Gold Kitsune over Hireling. I would have thought you want to keep playing the Hirelings. I guess you're getting the imp this turn, so you do have draw. Or you do have more draw. Yeah, maybe you have enough anyway. This is 4 cards. Yeah. Imp Red Catcher goes crazy. Piles are not really approaching anything. Um, how much is this? Oh, you need to decide what to. You still don't have enough cards in hand in deck to not trash all your coppers. It's kind of not going to happen for Nerdmind, is it? Very rough kingdom to roll a second player when you're 2 down. You do at least get to play both of these as curses without playing extractions. That's something. But yeah, you're still not going to have 5 cards in hand. You got your workshop. You're not going to get attacked. No, there's no more samurai. This is 7, so you are going to hit Rice. So Nerdwind is slowly getting somewhere, but it's just somewhere that's quite close to here, whereas NPMT is going somewhere that's quite far away from here, quite a lot further along. You even get to put another Gerson or 2. Yeah. A nerdbound can't really get the right catch. Oh, you don't. What? You don't curse there? Is that a misclick? Why do you not? They just being kind. Is this morality gone too far in Dominion? Why do you not curse there? Okay, it doesn't matter in the end. Okay. That's 3-0. We are matching the constellation final so far, and now we start on the question of, is Nerdbound willing and capable of mounting a reverse sweep? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's crazy as Nerdbound to go for the alternate strategy. Because you would imagine if they do the same thing as npmt, it's just not going to be enough. There's just so little variance in the donut games. And there's enough to do here that npmt can still do this, and Nerdbound could have the same amount of stuff, and npmt would just win, in all likelihood. So I do respect the ambition. I mean, there's always still the possibility that they thought that was just better anyway, but I don't think so. Divine Wind. Are we going to end with Divine Wind once again? Or will Nerdbound still have something? Innovation, Advance. I feel like I need to speak out the landscapes to myself, otherwise I just don't notice what they are. Opening. Change. Seems you're pretty happy with. What is Divine Wind? It's Kitsune and T-Ice. That seems quite likely to activate. The trashing is change Rice Broker. There's no enlightenment for Rice Broker. Very sad. There's Curse being a treasure. It's kind of interesting. City Quarter Divine Wind. Yeah. It's a lot quicker than it could do Kitsune's. Probably pretty quick. Shop change. Yeah. If you want to cycle more. It's a bad draw from Nerdmind. It's not helping their case. It could still be fine. But it's much more likely to not be fine at this stage. Although, yeah, npmt did hit 2. Well, I guess it's not really 2 because you're just going to pay off the debt. Yeah, I think it's got to be Kitsune here for npmt. Another shop is kind of interesting. I can definitely believe it, but I think silver is a lot more considered. I guess they did think there if they should silver or not. Yeah, Rice Broker is kind of fair. I think I would still do the Kitsune. Yeah, Kitsune over Charlotte for sure. And Kitsune gives you more control over the prophecy as well. Well, it gives you the control, not gives you more control. Charlatan does not give you control. It's not clear though. Yeah, there's the one rights broker shenanigan here with the curses. Highway is not going to be real. You go for the rights broker. That seems fine. Yeah, I think the choice there was Kitsune or rights broker. I think I prefer the Kitsune. We'll see. Nerdmind is going to do it. Nerdmind is going to show the way. Shop. So it's the exact same, with the only difference being Kitsune for rights broker. That's kind of interesting. You miss a state. Probably quite sad about that. That is kind of the sort of draw that kills you. But this is even worse for npmt. A calamity. Because now npmt is missing both the states with the change as well, and it's drawn the shop dead. Well, the nerdbound could. No, nerdbound played one of the shops. You advance the shop. That is very fair. I'd immediately forgotten about advance. You read them aloud to yourself, and then you read something out of like advance, and you just kind of forget it because it's so rarely worth anything. That was definitely a good advance shot. We both double advance. Have we ever seen the like before? Advance twice in a row of the exact same thing. Incredible stuff. What is this now? So they both have a rice broker. Yes. Um, Another rice broker. Do you need two of them? You've got a rice broker and change in your deck. I think you can be more aggressive. I think you. Wait, who has two kitsunes? No, Nerdbound has two kitsunes. So yeah, I think you can just take your second kitsune. And we're going to rapidly see Divine Wind approach. Did Nerdbound's kitsune miss here? Is that what happened? Yeah, slightly sad. How much are you going to be able to take Menagerie and City Quarter though? They're about to disappear. You don't know what draw you're going to have. Yeah. Wait, what was it? It was Rice Broker. Yeah, okay. It is like at this point you have the trashing. You'd rather have one of the other things. Yeah, I don't think Highway is crazy there. I mean, I guess Divine Wind isn't going to happen yet, but it's really not far off when there's three Kitsunes out. I guess it's not going to happen this shuffle now. You buy innovation. I mean, it feels like it's more important to buy the things that are going to disappear. Okay, I think that one could have been a Highway. But I guess you can. Well, what do you want to innovate? Kitsune. You already have two. I'm not entirely convinced by that one. What is this for npmt? Do we know what? Is there a shop down there or something? Why do you not just play this shop? And shop Kitsune though, I think you just play the shop. Because there's really nothing else to innovate on this kingdom. Maybe there will in the next, but it's just good. I mean, Team Third Kitsune is still good, I guess. Because you don't have any buy yet, so the highway can't do anything yet. You draw the estate, you get the low roll on the shop. Well, I guess it's not the lowest roll because you keep the other. I think there's another shop on top. Menagerie. But yeah, you can just take a 5. I don't think Menagerie's that relevant. Like I'd rather. I mean, Divine Wind encourages diversity, I guess. But that really, when you have two estates, that's a bold move there from npmt. Into highway. But like you could have changed into it and only had 2 debt. I don't really get the logic on that one. I mean, you might have had more dead, I don't know, but I still prefer having dead on highway to unchanged to no change. Buys the city quarter. We have committed. And got a curse in there. It's because now you can't take a 5. Like, this just feels like it has to be city quarter, yeah. Which, I mean, you're happy to take city quarter, but you're gonna struggle. Has the innovate done anything yet? It was only the one turn so far. Oh, no, that was something. You got to play the rice broker meeting. Like, that was nice. I didn't notice that. Is it time? Does Nerdbound feel like they have the advantage? Who just got the highway? npmt has the highway. I mean, I don't think you're particularly advantaged, but I think you just want to play the Kitsune. Anyway. There's not a good enough reason not to. Here we go. Vineyard is points. It's kind of hard to look at the kingdom view because there's a million cards there. You can innovate distant lands. Well, it's not. There's still no buy. It's the main thing. Keeping the change is the only plus gain. You can have trader. You can have advance. Yeah, advance is not plus gain. Yeah, it seems a pretty crazy move to drop the change. I mean, hindsight 2020, but I mean, if we were all agreeing, then yeah. No menageries for you games, unfortunately. That's life sometimes. Sometimes you have a menagerie, sometimes you don't. So what are we doing here? Um, I mean, not a lot, right? The highway is very sad now. I guess no plus my makes Vineyard a lot worse. Um, I mean, just spamming distant lands for Nerdbound doesn't seem that terrible a plan. Yeah, you just. Hmm, what is npmt doing here, though? You surely want the coins. You still have an action. Do you want the silver? Yeah, like look at all these cards you want to trash. I mean, I guess you can rice broker an estate here for no. Wait, what? You played both your rice brokers, okay. Take a silver over a curse. It's probably fine, yeah. Yeah, but it's like you can just. I guess my idea is if Nerdmind is ahead, they can do that until npmt starts greening, and then they can transition at some point. But I mean, if you have 8 coins, then I guess you just click the province anyway. But it also means like you have a lower target to hit if you want to play change into something. Because if you still hit 5, it's still very good. Because like you should be able to change the shop here, I would imagine. Or maybe just change your copper anyway. Nerdmind's just quite a lot thinner though. I would guess mostly due to the change. Although I didn't pay attention to the rice broker order completely, so maybe they got the rice brokers earlier as well. I could check that. That would be something. Um, I mean, I think you just keep cursing when npmt seems to be struggling so much with it, and you still have an estate to change even. I didn't know that. Didn't know that one. I mean, you can even just change it to distant lands at some point if you get big enough, and then start buying province. Do it the other way around. This is actions curse, and then coins curse, and then estate into. Yeah, you can put a draw card in because I think you drew three off the city quarter there. Yeah, and at some point the rice breakers are gonna slow down. But then I guess at that point you're probably mostly drawing deck anyway if the rice brokers aren't doing anything. If you change a state into um, what else should I think they bought Herald. I feel like they have a lot of junk in their deck to be buying Herald there, but I guess with four, it's kind of the best thing to do. Yeah, you do have a fisherman option. You're correct. When will you have? I guess you can gain a silver deck to increase the fisherman price. Fisherman price. It's almost fisher price. You don't. What? You what? Oh, you have innovation. Innovation exists. I don't know if that is that this feels like a cute thing more than a necessarily great thing. You still get to trash the estate, I guess. I do see putting one draw card in. I do see that as an option. Did you have the three? No, the two. Just the two villages. Oh no, it's three with the city quarter. Just to get consistency. Because you're ahead, so you don't have to do anything crazy. Is the rap probably the rabble is better because NPMT still doesn't have a functioning deck. That is my well, it's only top decking states actually because it can't top deck curses. That actually probably makes it a decent bit worse. Yeah, then I guess it's Pilgrim. Well, I mean Pilgrim or Distant Lands or top deck a Herald is not the craziest idea either. I think I lean Pilgrim. I'm a leaning sort of Pilgrim guy. That's what I am. Top deck the Herald. It seems completely fine as well. I don't think you need to click Distant Lands yet. Yeah, I guess when you're this thin, the city quarter is very likely to do its thing. What can npmt do? You undo that one. You play the Herald first. No. Okay. Yeah, because the shop you should play the Rice Broker. Well, I guess it probably doesn't matter because the shot can still play the Kitsune regardless. You don't actually need to take coins here. That's kind of nice. Well, is it? You probably want the silver. I'm not entirely sure. And then you take. I don't know. But then it's harder to take Pilgrim as the player that's behind. But it is like one gain a turn. It's very hard to see how npmt wins this. Can you just province already? Do you just surely your deck? Surely your deck can't handle that. But maybe you just have to go for it. It seems so hard to province out from here, though. Surely you got to put one more real card in. But then, like, what is it? Pilgrim? Just a straight distant lands. That does not feel good. Nerdbound should have it. It should be on the way. On the way to starting the reverse wave. How much does order matter here? I wouldn't have thought that much. I wouldn't have thought the order mattered that much. Not I wouldn't have thought the amount that Nerdbound did. I mean, like, you just click cards now. Should you just click shop scheme here? And then change into things. You can do this. Are you getting up the province here? Well, even if not, you can just like kind of turn the coppers into silvers. Yeah, cursing's not that important, at least when there's Rice Broker. Take more silver. What are you changing? Can you change the scheme? No, just drop the curse. Get your distant lands down. Yeah, so it seems very good for Nerdbound. They do have 1 million debt to pay off here. Do you trash the copper? Probably not. Don't think you should do that. Because this is just one coin. Yeah, you can't. You can advance the Rice Broker. Interesting. I think advancing the Rice Broker is not crazy there. Because there's a max of 2 curses coming and you still have another Rice Broker. Traitor. Is that real? Why traitor? I mean, I think you could just advance into. I don't know how much money they have. Is that it? Well, they have the Kitsunes that they didn't play for money. But they took silvers. I mean, they can just take more silvers again if they want. But I do think that should have just been advancing Ricebrook. Like, his Ricebrook is just like not really a good card here anymore. I mean, it still has like the end game potential where you trash a change or something. But the game's not really that close to ending. Is straighter more efficient than fisherman? I guess if you can get the draw, I guess yes it is. But then I would have thought just like straight gold is better if you can afford it. NPMT gets the distant lands down and buys another distant lands. So NPMT is just looping distant lands. But nerdbound can do that in response with innovation and with an extra gain. Although npmt did drop 2 curses there. Yeah. Nerdbound can just continue to build while this distant land thing happens. Are you considering dropping the rice broker here? So what's down there? A kitsune. A curse. And something. A herald. I think that might be right. In some world. No, there's a scheme instead of a kitsune. Or instead of a curse. One of But what are you doing? Well, it depends on what you can change. I mean, I think you just drop a silver, yeah. I mean, I don't even really think you. If it's kitsune or curse, it doesn't matter. Can't remember. Why do you not just insta play? God, my throat is dying. Why do you not just insta play the scheme here? I guess you're considering changing it to something that the herald can play. No, you're just gonna gain a silver. I mean, it all seems good. It's what you want to change. Riceburger can't go into this match. You just go into province, and you don't have 5. I feel like they thought they had 5. What is the best thing to do? Herald, probably. It's a good card. And that was kind of an awkward draw. So you'd imagine next turn Nerdbound is going to be able to do more than a single good card. Not that Herald is a bad card. But yeah, I mean, npmt is not doing anything. It's just a matter of slowly seeing it out. It's kind of surprising that you keep cursing. Mm-mm. That is the downside of Herald and trashing cards, it's true. Yeah, and that Kitsune, well, I guess you've ran out the curses now, so that's kind of forced. You get to do this. Oh, if you'd done the Herald, you would have had Province. I don't know how much you care about that. Just take another dissonance. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Is there a third pile? Is there an npmt resignation? One of these things would save us from spending 7 years buying provinces. Is this a province for npmt? I don't know. Trader is the way. Trader is always the way. Never has there been a game where Trader wasn't threatening the silver pile. But like, see, this is all npmt can do. Like, how do you view this as a winning chance? I'm not trying to force no resigns or nothing, but this is like seriously on a one game board or a one game deck. There's just really nothing. I mean, you just take all the payload from these kitsunes. You do it smart. You do it the smart way and don't leave a silver on top. Well, I mean, at some point you don't want more silvers. This is that point. You want a rabble. We did consider rabble earlier. You still don't have enough bronze. What is the quickest pile here? Top deck a herald? Is that the life we're leading? Yes, yeah. I mean, you kind of have to do it because npmt is, at some point is going to. What does this mean? Why does rabble get you there? Yeah. You just do the herald. There's some theory that herald might pile. I think our conclusion earlier was that it's so much draw that it doesn't really matter. Will npmt manage province this turn? No. Okay, and that is enough. You never trashed through the states. I guess you got rid of your change, yeah. One on the board for Nerdbound. It is not over yet. Can I remember any important decisions that happened? All I can think about is change, yeah. Like, even in the moment, I don't really see what the logic was. Obviously, you can hope that the Divine Wind is in a single game. But like, it just didn't seem better than changing the estate that was in your hand. Anyway, moving on. Game number 5. Progress. Yeah, the highway's kind of hoping for the high roll of buys, but yeah, I guess then the single highway's kind of silly because of the powers and the multiple of them. It's Kitsuneing the whole way here. Daimyo City Quarter again, but without changeling this time. Well, let's start on Ninja. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's well, there's other good things you want to do. Also, it's probably not worth it. The imp is hit tormentor. Okay, that's not a thing. Mining road by. Oh, yeah, I see. It's not on your turn. It's just when you gain a card. And no trashing. No trashing again. This has been a day of no trashing. I mean, you inheritance is kind of trash. Inheritance trail, inheritance shop. It's not so exciting though. I'm not sure that's going to be worth it, especially when there's daimyo and city quarter. But yeah, this does seem like it's going to be a long one. Well, but then yeah, daimyo should speed it up. I don't know. Yeah, and you're not so sad about picking up free. Well, you probably never pick up free estates because you can always buy daimyo or city quarter. And I'm not sure at one point mining road becomes worth it. That might be a while as well. Yeah, that's fair. Shop ninja, yeah, probably better than silver. I would, I would maybe guess. Not clear. Will nerdbound hit 5 here? That's kind of, what did they discard? One instead. It's 2 and 3. They do get it. They do get that's kind of very important. Although you're not triggering the shuffle yet somehow. Oh, because the shop. Yeah, that's where the shop becomes better because you immediately get the shuffle and you get the high roll as well of drawing the kitsune. Um, yeah, curse coins. You don't really want a silver. Straight in for the daimyo. Yeah, it all makes sense. Shop does work with shadow cards. Yeah, daimyo, daimyo. But npmt is a well, they don't get to trigger this shuffle. Um, so, but I would imagine still she should be ahead at least a bit. Yeah, the daimyo is going to do something at least. I mean, I don't know if you get the second kitsune and manage to hit it with the progress. Oh yeah, okay. I'm not paying attention to what's happening in this end. That is rough. Yeah, it's just gonna go straight in the shuffle. It's tough. Will the magic of a grand final make something miraculous happen there for Nerdbound? um, Coin scarce. I mean, what is it at 4? I mean, you just do it again. You still don't really want the silvers and take daimyo. What's down there? Um, I don't think you need to take the action. Yeah, you should just be able to. I mean, if you don't draw either of the actions, then I guess you kind of sad, but that's quite unlikely. You do it though. Well, I guess if you find one of the actions here, it's better as well. Yeah, yeah. If you push through, then yeah, you do get to put a daimyo in at least, but you missed the shop for M50. That's something for Nerdmind. That's maybe the first thing that's gone their way. Although you miss, I mean, at least you don't draw anything dead. I said that too early, but yeah, they did. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been something marvelous. Um, yeah, yeah. npmt not finding anything is definitely swinging it back. Do you play this ninja? I think you do. I don't think there's enough bad rolls to not play it. We will. Is that sorry? Sorry, I'm being too eager in my hope for nerdbound's chances. Yeah, not swinging it back all the way. Just it's swung towards the center. You don't draw a bad card for npmt. That's something. Um, can you take a daimyo here? Probably. You can pretty much always take a daimyo, it seems. That's a good general rule of thumb, probably. Yeah, nerdbound also getting money with it. Like, this is quite an ideal draw. Quite an ideal. A game, perhaps a game-saving draw. npmt, I don't know, might miss completely here as well. Oh yeah, because it's the guaranteed curses. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. That is not a turn for npmt at all. And nerdbound has found more kitsunes. Can you draw through these curses? Just about, but not really. You can draw one card. That's not really enough. This is like anti-progress. That was a great joke by me. That was top of the range right there. You gain a shop. You just feel so wrong to not just continually buy daimyo, but I guess you're far away from the shuffle. Yeah, it's just better to put the two curses on top than try to find anything because your deck's just terrible. That is fair. You presumably take the action, so um, and you can just take a daimyo again if you want to. Those are the curses. The Nerdbound has dudded here, well, as much as these decks can not dud, but yeah, I'm not sure. Sad daimyo. Well, maybe not, but I mean, these decks are just so bad that there's going to be a lot of side daimyos. That's just the truth. Yeah, Ninja's gonna hold off for a while. Okay, what is the plan now? Is it daimyo, perhaps? It's deck's kind of. Oh, you can inherit. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Trail does seem a lot safer as well than the other options. Because then, I mean, you can even just try and hammer the estates because there's so few points in the game. I mean, maybe hammer is the wrong word. Gently tap the estate pile. That's a bit of an oof. Mm, there are a lot of daimyos in deck. It's like at some points the daimyos are just finding daimyos. I think you can put a litter in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Litter bad. It's better than city quarter in this hand. Not that city quarter is saying particularly anything. Yeah, and you don't really have any great number of terminals either. But like, what else? What else are you doing there? Just daimyo? Yeah, you could. Yeah, buy mining road when you have 5, and then buy 2 estates on each subsequent turn. Yeah, and BMT also manages to inherit. BMT finally connects some things. Are there any? But estate isn't even a reaction, is it? No, so it doesn't really matter. Even if there were interesting things to happen. More daimyo. Yeah, I don't know how fortunate this Kitsune draw was. Double playing ninja doesn't do anything compared to estate, does it now? No. Oh, sorry. What happened? Action point. Yeah. Yeah, because it's gonna get you the 2 coins next turn anyway. Yeah, yeah. With the debt. Um so this is mining road. Is there anything to lost arts? No, you got so many actions. Is the game going to end? Not really. It's that's what they say. There's never a wrong occasion to take daimyo. I do enjoy the mining road here. You don't finding a daimyo though. Instant. I mean, not necessarily instant punishment because you do have 3 draw cards you can play, but or 3 cards you can see. I mean, you gonna take a silver here? No. Are we going? Surely you can't go province. I mean, it seems like you have to go mine. One more daimyo. You need buys. Do you not need buys? I don't know what's in the deck. You got 4 daimyos out. I guess there's probably 0 daimyos. Or like 1. Yeah. So then, yeah, it does make more sense. Yeah. Yeah, and kind of forced here. Because the mining road's just not really going to do you anything. True, that's an ass there. Yeah, and there's still no thrown piles, with just the 2 buys. Province does feel bad to me, especially when npmt already has the mining road. Yeah. How much do you back npmt's deck as nerdbound? I think I would be scared. I think I would be scared to click province. Can't really click litter. Can you click city quarter here? Hope for the estates. No, not really. If there's only 2 estates and nothing, then yeah. Okay. And you're also pretty happy to take the last time, yeah. in and of itself. Is this anything? Not particularly. It's surprising how good these cards are and how much the deck still struggle. It's just that's how good trashing is. Just turn 15. I guess there's also Ninja is also happening. Um, why would you game? Okay, I guess you forgot they top deck and you were going to buy three. Top decking three estates does not really seem like a thing. You do two estates in a city quarter? Is that a thing? Are there? Is there money down there? This is like not a lot of good cards, but there's really good cards down there. Um, I was also thinking when I said they forgot they top deck, I was thinking the estates are just estates. They're trails. So top decking is good. Well, or not negative at least, and possibly positive if you do go for the city quarter, which seems likely. I mean, Nerdbound doesn't have a pile threat, so it's not like taking three estates is dangerous. It's just not that beneficial, seemingly. Like, it kind of seems like, what's the point of doing this if you're not going to click city quarter now? You considering gonna do like what you put letter on top, you put mining rod on top. None of it seems that good. You fail to find another action now. This is such a sad game for how crazy. I mean, it doesn't look that crazy, but it looks crazy enough to not be doing Daimyo Trail on turn 15 into bias it. I mean, it's just relentless in the nothingness of the decks. At some point, I will realize that there's 10 bad starting cards and some number of curses in each of these decks. Well, there's 7 bad starting cards. Okay, you're gonna have to Daimyo a Trail again. Yeah, you still find nothing. I mean, the game's just gonna pile on estates. There's like, you put a city on for it. Okay, okay. There's those are cards. Nerdbind might be doing something there, especially if npmt. Okay, yeah, you do it this way. You just play the estate. How many daimios? There's probably enough daimios that there's a win threatened, but that seems quite unlikely. Quite unlikely. But I mean, you still just play the estate first, because you have the actions. So you can daimyo shop. You do it this way. I don't really see why. You could have just played an extra estate before this, I think. Not that it would have mattered, but I think it could have. Discarding, yeah. You find something to daimyo, even if it's, you really want to, well, you're probably not that fussed about daimyoing Mining Road if it's not winning you the game. It's still good, but you're kind of equally okay with Kitsune. Because this can be Province. I think Province is less crazy now, considering the game is probably going to end on estates. Although Nerdwind still doesn't have a buy. So nerdbound is kind of forced to take a turn taking mining road or to just province side. Well, I say province side, these decks are not really consistently provincing. You take silvers here. I think you still take silvers. There's so many coppers and curses that silvers are still. I mean, you have the one city quarter, kind of turns you away from it. And the daimyos, yeah, maybe not. I guess not. It's never bad to take a daimyo, and it's often bad to take a silver. Yeah, it must be province. You go city quarter. Do you have cards? Maybe. I mean, I guess that swings the other way, where NPMT has the buy already, so they can afford to let Nerdbound green first. The children yearn for the functioning engine. Any minute now. Is this it? Is this a functioning engine? I don't think so. What do you want to? I would have thought you want to daimyo. I don't know. I'm confused on who has the mining road. Yeah, NPMT. Yeah, you can't do that. So yeah, you just want to hit it as a max. This is it. Do you want a silver? Yeah, it's like all you can do is pick one of province, city quarter, or mining road. And again, it's like you got so many cards down here that it's hard to take the mining road on this turn when you could put the city quarter in again. What's there's like some daimyos. I don't think there's a lot down there at all. You played your estates. Maybe you can't even put the city quarter in. Putting the province in feels so bad when PMT is just taking the second city quarter and has the buy and has the building potential. Yeah, you can't do the CQ. It's like again, NPMT is still in theory threatening the win. I mean, not that. Well, province actually does prevent that just about. Can you put a letter in? Maybe you can put a letter in. You try the mining road. I don't think this. You'd have to find a daimyo at least. There's not a lot. Okay, but MTMT fails. So then it's okay. It's just a game of whose deck can fail the least. And I'm honestly not sure. I mean, it feels like it should be NPMTs, but this it's not really happening, is it? You're playing out of ninja hands with so much crud. Stay at CQ again. Yeah, there's not really much else to do. You just keep trying to threaten to win when you're the one with the buy. Well, now one has the buy, so now it's a bit scarier. Because if they, I guess you've seen that they put 3 daimyos in the discard pile now, so you're not that scared of triple, even a quadruple play of the mining road. So yeah, one stay is fine. And presumably better than straight city quarter. Yeah. And I don't think that you can click anything else. Shop's not going to do anything. You'd rather have the point. I think double estate is scarier, because then they only need to triple play, and it's okay, but the draw is enough, so they would still need quadruple play actually. So then it's yeah. No, because if npmt ends up on 2, then nerdbind can end up on 2 as well, but then it's a draw, and an npmt is only needs a draw to win. So yeah, double estate is actually quite reasonable and quite possibly the way to go. Because yeah, you take a full city quarter. Whoa, okay. You take it. So I was gonna say you take a city quarter and then you're not threatening the estates anymore. You've got debt to pay off. Also, this is a very good hand, and Nerdbind is not winning. I think that's it. I think that's the game, the set, the match, and the tournament all in one on that draw. Although if Nerdbind doesn't touch the estates, or yeah, then you still have to. I didn't quite catch the daimyo split, so then it's one part art. But yeah, you can take the province that way. Then you're on 5. An npmt cannot take the 5 estates because then it's a losing tie. You are putting copper province on top of your deck though. Maybe that's enough to keep you in the game. Oh, you're not top decking copper. Sorry, yes, it plays it. Yes, you're still only top decking the 1 green card. See, that probably makes more sense than duchy. I'm not thinking the triple estate also kind of works, but it's really worse because then npmt would take the 2 estates and be a losing tie. But all they'd have to do would be 2 estates duchy, which seems quite doable. Especially with this hand, although Nerdbind can't see the hand. They can assume this crazy hand though. So yeah, copper province seems the best. Do you play daimyo first? You can say that they only have 1 mining road and it's gonna bottom deck. You can say that if you think that's better than. But then your mining road has to come up as well for you to threaten the estate pile out anyway. So then it's just kind of gambling on whose mining road comes up first. They do it. I would have thought city quarter first as well. Especially because you need the daimyos to win the game on mining road. You've also got 4 dead as npmt. I kind of didn't consider that. So this is not as clear. But yeah, still, Nerdbind has to get to their own mining road to end the game. I don't know. Now I think you've got more cards, so now you just daimyo the city quarter. Yeah. And you can be pretty safe that. Can you be safe your drawing deck? Is it better? Because if you got. You need 2 more daimyos in deck. They must have at least 4. So then you daimyo city quarter and. Oh, but then you don't have enough actions for city quarter to draw with, maybe. You just go for 1. Not finding it. Even if they do find it, they still need money though. Okay, this should be it. That must have been fairly close to guaranteed, I guess. I think Nerdmind had a slightly. Well, but yeah, MTMT did have the crazy hand to kick off with. I'm not sure. It feels like copper runs, at least in hindsight. Maybe not in the moment. Maybe you feel you have to go for the sneaky win. not quite to be. That is it, folks. It was very well played from both players. Nerdbound had some tough draws, but also, of course, npmt played very well. And yeah, goes the full way through to take the Rising Sun Mix crown. That is the tournament. That is all the matches completed. Thank you all for watching this one and for playing, if any of the players are here or watching. And yeah, that's it. See you in the next one, in the next tournament. Hopefully, I'll get to cast or organize more. See you next time.